You know what? Some of you who know me are going to laugh at this conversation because I'm kind of known as doing everything in a super speedy way. But I want to tell you a story today about the power of slowing down in order to speed up. As teachers, we're extremely overwhelmed. We're very stressed. We're trying to cover all of the content. You know, I like to say that we kind of spray our students with all this content and then we pray that it sticks. But we know that it's not all sticking because there's too much to teach. Well, I want to take you back to a few years ago when I became the literacy coordinator for my school system. And at that time, there was a fellow teacher who also taught fourth grade with me when I was still in the classroom, Angela Malone. It was her last year of teaching. And she came to me about 3 weeks in and she said, Kim, I would like you to come teach in my classroom for a few weeks. I know that the way that you teach is way different than the way that I've been teaching, and I'd like to see what you do. So I was elated to get back into the classroom. And that first week, I went in there and I began to model. And I spent a lot of time showing her students how to think about what they were reading. And I remember getting to Thursday of that week, and she came up to me and said, Kim, you haven't even opened the reading book yet. Like, I'm supposed to be getting through the story of the week, and we have to take a test on it tomorrow. And I said, you know what, Angela? You're not gonna get fired. Remember, this is your last year. And she said, oh, yeah. So then the next week I go in, and I'm once again teaching procedures, and I'm teaching students how to think about the text. Not only that, but I'm teaching them how to operate in literature circles, how to have conversations and dialogue with one another about the text. Same thing happened that week. She was loving what she was seeing, but we still had not opened that reading book. Well, let me tell you, by week 3, Angela Malone was chasing me down the hallway one afternoon, and she said, Kim, I want you to look at these social studies answers. My kids in 30-some years of teaching have never produced answers that look like this. And she said to me, Kim, if I had only known 30-some years ago that I could slow down, that I didn't have to push through the story each week, I think I could have produced deeper thinkers. I think my kids would have learned more. Well, let me tell you, our principal didn't usually do this, but that year Mrs. Noble stood up in front of the whole staff when she got the ISTEP results back. And she said, this is Angela Malone's last year, and I want to tell you that her ISTEP results are phenomenal. Now, they were not phenomenal because Kim Strobel spent 3 weeks in that classroom. Angela Malone did it for the other 33 weeks. She's the one that turned those kids into deep thinkers and learners. And you know, I think the big statement here is having permission to slow down, because what happens is this ripple effect and we end up speeding up.